You're the business of the city, and we ask you, Lord, to guide each and every one of us. Heavenly Father, we ask you to be with our men and women in the military, they protect our nation, in other lands, protect it, we guide them, keep them safe. Be with our own safety forces, as they take care of us and meet our needs, this community and this state. Just protect them, keep them safe. Rule us tonight, we got to direct each and every one of us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Oh, you like to? Roll call.
Kathleen?
Here.
Henry?
Here.
Johnson?
Here.
Kelly?
Here.
Morrow?
Here.
Cole? Here. Quavo?
Here. Approval minutes for the August 4th, 2014. Second. Motion second, approval, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Election appointments, there is none. Special orders and committees, Mayor Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. Whereas it is one of the responsibilities of the mayor of the city of Heath, Ohio, to recognize occasions of outstanding significance. Whereas it is with great pride that we celebrate the Licking County River Roundup on September 6th, 2014. Whereas this is an opportunity for us to create an awareness about clean water in Licking County. Whereas we hope to energize our community by holding a hands-on cleanup of all of our waterways throughout Licking County. Whereas the committee representing Licking County Soil and Water Conservation District, Licking County Recycling, Licking County Health Department, and the City of Heath pledge to work together with the communities of Licking County to provide assistance in the cleanup. And whereas with the Licking County River Roundup, we want to get everyone in the community, from families and organizations to public officials, working together to keep our water clean. Now therefore, I, Mark D. Johns, Mayor of the City of Heath, Ohio, do hereby recognize Saturday, September 6th, 2014, as Licking County River Roundup Day. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Unfinished business, none. Petitions and communications.
First is from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control, transfer from Captain Jack's to Submissions Dance Club, 1314 Heath Road, Heath, Ohio, 43056.
Mr. President,
Mr. Cable.
make a motion we do not request a hearing for Captain Jack's to Submissions Dance Club.
Motion second not to request a hearing. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, we will not request a hearing. Next notice.
Ohio Division of Liquor Control, transferring from Red Lobster to Red Lobster, and on 909 Hebron Road, Heath, Ohio, 43056.
Mr. President,
Mr. Cable.
motion we do not request a hearing for the N&D Restaurants, DBA Red Lobster to Red Lobster Hospitality LLC at 909 Hebron Road.
A motion is second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We will not request a hearing on that one either.
Mr. President,
Mr. Cable.
motion to receive and file the communication petitions.
A motion and a second to receive and file. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. That brings us to visitors. Any visitor would like to speak? Approach the podium, state your name and address, tell us your concerns.
Becky Goodwin, 1611 Hebron Road. I just wanted to come up and say thank you to Mayor Johns for helping support me on the dog paddle and the City of Heath, and also Bob for letting us use the pool. We appreciate it. For those of you that weren't here earlier, I just wanted to let you guys know too, we had 865 people, 320 plus dogs, and a wonderful time. So hope you'll come sometime. I had a few new faces there this time to really see things, and I'm sorry I didn't get your dad in there. I really wanted that to work out. Just for future reference, that can happen. We can get him through there. You know, being tipped upside down on Saturday and knowing that I had to switch everything around, it kind of made it a little difficult. But in the end, we all survived, we made it, and people had a great time. So I just want to say thanks to you, and thank you guys for coming out to see it, and look forward to next year. Everybody's already talking about it, so they would like to have it more than one day, but I'm like, we can handle more than one day, so thank you.
We can't do that.
No.
Any other visitors? Nick, got your chance. All right, committee reports, finance and budget, Mr. Grable.
Mr. President, Finance met this evening. Two legislative requests. The first one was enter into an agreement with Licking County for the maintenance and improvement of Thornwood Drive. Second item, appropriate $33,450 from the Capital Improvement Fund. Enter an agreement with Duralast Roofing to re-roof the park maintenance building, which is a state bid. Under other items, Andre Alexander reported the 94 850 truck in the street department was a no sale. Basically, he's going to redo it. Second item, got a good bid for $700 on the old 2008 police Charger K9 vehicle count. It's going to a very worthy, needy place down in South Carolina. Congratulations for that. Nice work to Chief Mason for pulling that together. Alexander left for the evening. Heath. Okay, go ahead. Thanks.
Thank you. Public services, Mr. Morrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next meeting of public service will be next Monday, August 25th, 2014, which incidentally will be 4 months before Christmas. John Geller, anything else?
I'm going to do some Christmas shopping. Other than that, no, I have nothing to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public safety, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public safety met Monday, August 11th at 5:30 p.m. at Station 1. Begin with a short demo from a vendor on the fire side, and then went to police. Somebody give the police report, and then we'll give all the other under the fire report. So under police, July statistics, calls for service 1,242. Of those, 152 are offenses, 67 arrests, 23 accidents, and 54 citations. Overtime usage for July was $11,545, with a year-to-date total of $87,478. Under alarms, there were a total of 25, 7 of them was residential, and 18 of them commercial. Under communications, 2 base radios are in for repair, the police main and the fire main radios. Also, console number 2 failed and was returned to the manufacturer for repair. New March radios were ordered for the communication center, and Granville Police is now joining the March system. Currently, we have the city of Petoskey, Hebron, and the Sheriff's Department, and Newark. They're all on the March system. The canine kennel, the abandoned canine kennel, was sold for $700. Thanks, Chief Mason, for that. Want somebody to buy that. Under the Mopar Cruise Report, $1,000 was spent in equipment room, message boards and cones and safety materials. There's approximately $8,038.57 in overtime. $6,078.49 was to the police department overtime, and $1,190.08 was to the street department in overtime. There were a total of 17 citations, 5 on Friday night and 12 on Saturday, for which the city will receive $9 out of $128. We spent $119 in court costs to Lincoln County, so we totaled $153 in revenue. So it cost us money to write those tickets, and Chief wanted to make sure that people understood that a lot of people think it was a money grab when it's really not. So, under the Walport Super Cruise, there's an unknown cost of the extra fuel consumption by the city vehicles during the approximate 6-hour event. All that would cost that day is $3.59 a gallon, and the Chief is going to be getting us that information, I think, for our next meeting. There were 2 police vehicles damaged. Car 1 was keyed, and car 8 was struck by an object thrown from the crowd. It put a small scratch and a dent on the cruiser. The resident from Harris Avenue, Doug Osborne, had came in and complimented the chief on actually how they maintained the crowd and stuff for the cruise, and then said he was disappointed that traffic was funneled down to, I think it was Field Point. Was it Field Point, Chief?
Yes.
Yeah, Field Point, and that was, I guess, a mistake. They weren't supposed to do that. With that, we adjourned and moved on to fire. Under fire, July statistics. There were a total of 47 fire runs, year-to-date total 308. EMS runs were at 168 for the month, with year-to-date total of 1,125. Transport were 79 for the month of July, with year-to-date total of 613. Under medical aids, there were 46 fires. Those were medical aids given by us. Medical aids received by us were 26. There were no legislative requests. The monthly expense report showed July 2014 wages of $64,150.31, and July overtime of $23,670.42. Under equipment, Medic 8 and 9 have had some extensive repairs, about $3,000 dropped into one vehicle and some engine repairs, and currently the other one is still being worked on and some suspension with. Truck 7, which is the pickup / fork truck, I guess Captain Kozlowski looked at it, and his recommendation would be go with the Dodge Cummins diesel engine truck for that unit. There are many tires that they placed on many of the units. I know the ladder truck had been replaced, all the tires. The tires look new, but they're past their life expectancy of 10 years, so been doing a lot of that. Ladder testing is to be done by Mistras coming up. Under personnel, they're updating the volunteer membership requirements. Currently, volunteers are at an all-time low, and so Chief's looking into those and going to update the membership requirements for that. They have been going to do some more training at Marathon. Marathon is going to be bringing in some of the backing materials, so Chief said they're going to be setting up and practicing fighting fire over there. Under old business, the fire software is finally implemented, and the Chief talked about a fire levy campaign and getting something kicked off with that. Under new business, Chief is writing a Marks grant. This is to upgrade the walkie-talkies to be able to communicate with others that are on the Marks system. Then we had some demos. We had cut demos from Furno. They demoed their power cot and their power chair. During the demonstration, they talked about pricing the cots for about $35,000, and then the chairs for about $7,000. Stryker also provided a demonstration of their cot load system. That system had a cost about $42,000, and the power cot alone, without the power load system, is $17,000. Their system has a 7-year life expectancy. I know that was one that people were hung up on, but at the end here, BWC is paying up to 3/4 of the total cost, up to $45,000. Then Captain Cause took us out and showed us the rescue tank supports that are on Rescue 6, and that's the rescue also has some corrosion issues that are going on the surface of that unit also. With that, we adjourned at 8 o'clock at night. Chief Mason, did you have anything else?
No, sir, thank you.
Chief Huggins.
Very good report, thank you.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you. Streets and drainage, Mr. Hepburn.
Thank you, Mr. President. Streets and Drainage met this evening at 5:30. Bob Geller, Street Superintendent, gave his report. First item on the agenda was a legislative request for Cornwood Drive maintenance and improvements. What this would do would authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with Lincoln County regarding maintenance and improvements to Thornwood. We will have the responsibility for the snow plowing and the paving, and the county will take care of the culverts and the bridges. This is a win-win for us, I believe. Number two, received the paint and thermoplastic. We are late getting started, but Bob said he hopes that we will have this done as quickly as possible. Third, patchwork on various streets. Cynthia Street was one of them. We've done repairs on that street and several others. Bob said we will have almost 2.5 years of money next year for paving, roughly $400,000 to $500,000. We will have a list later that probably before winter on the streets that we hope to do next year. Number four, the dump truck is close to being delivered. The truck is in, but the bed is not. The company, I guess, with the bed wanted the money, and Bob said that this was not going to happen. Bob said there were 2 separate purchase orders on this truck. Councilman Crable asked if there is rust proofing being done included on this, and Bob said he was not sure if it was included or not. With the battery on the fifth item, the battery on the speed monitor in front of Meritor will be replaced sometime this week. Under other items, Bob reported that the street light pole there at 21st and 79 will be moved on Thursday. The mayor said we'll get, so Bob, we want to get this out on our website and the other media, and possibly put it on our safety message system. The other item, Dave Bennington is retiring in the last of September. He's a foreman at the street department. We've had one apply for this position, and the mayor has asked for a waiver on the test for that position. But we will have to be having a test for a new person in the street department. With nothing else to report, we adjourned at 5:46 p.m. Bob, is there anything you want to add?
Nothing, thanks.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Community Development Zoning, Mr. Henry.
Here, we're about to go in at 5:30 on September 2nd. Bob, you have anything to add to that?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Parks, Recreation, Tim Kelly's David Shea House.
Thank you, Mr. President. Parks, Recreation, and Tim Kelly's David committee met this evening at 5:46. First item on the agenda was information on pool closure and update. Yesterday, Sunday, was the last day for the pool. Director Geller will have a full report for us probably in September or October, but did report tentatively that pool memberships are down $11,000. The walk-ins are up about $13,000. Concessions almost the same as previous year. Swim lessons the same. We also received last year about $30,000 from insurance due to lost revenue from storms, which we won't get this year. Second item was on the dog paddle, and Becky has already reported to you the statistics on that event, and it looks like another great success. Third item, ash tree removal. AEP is eliminating ash trees around power lines, and we have several of those in Heath. Bob will be signing authorization with them to have those removed at AEP's cost. Next item is a legislative request for a park roof. It's $33,450 under state bid. He's already allocated $50,000 of capital improvements budget for this, so we're under budget. Same company will be doing it that did the street department. They did a great job. We'll need to wait a second reading on that when it's on the agenda because it takes 6 weeks to get materials. City of Heath's 50th anniversary will be next year, and we had a presentation by Jan Wilkins and John Groff, tentatively talking about plans for that event. They shared that it's really going to motivate Halton to have all of these things funded by donations, and have asked and proposed a budget for the 50th anniversary event and the Armed Forces Parade for next year. $7,500 for the 50th anniversary event and $10,000 for the Armed Forces Parade. More detail for that will be coming. We didn't have anything official, but encourage them to go forth with planning. Under other items, Ronnie Kidd shared with council an event that is held in Granville each year called Granville Concert on the Green, and thought it would be nice if the city of Heath could come up with something similar in the future. Councilman Kelly also reported that the Trestle Bridge has a rotten board that needs replaced. With nothing else, we adjourned at 6:56. Do you have anything to add, Bob?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Planning Commission, Mr. Crable.
Thank you, Mr. President. Planning Commission will be meeting, next Thursday, August 28th. Looks like we got 3 new business items: Cogman Automotive, Kinder Honda, and Greenscapes. Mr. Brock, anything to add?
No, thank you.
Mayor Johns?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Brings us to introduction of ordinances, ordinance 68, 2014.
Ordinance 68, 2014, and ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement with ODOT for resurfacing and related work on State Route 13 and Football Drive.
Mr. President, Mr. Heffernan, I would like to make a motion that we waive the second reading of ordinance 68, 2014.
Second.
Motion and second, roll call.
Heffley?
Yes.
Henry? Johnson?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Poole? Yes. Rabel?
Yes.
Motion to waive has been approved. Mr. President, Mr. Heffernan, I'd like to make a motion we adopt ordinance 68, 2014.
Second.
Motion and second to adopt. Any comments or discussion?
Mr. President, as a point of information, appreciate council waiving the second reading on this. ODOT is wanting to get this commitment from the city in short order, and so it necessitates a rapid response. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments, discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heffley?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Poole? Yes. Rabel?
Yes.
Ordinance 68, 2014 has been adopted. Ordinance 69, 2014.
Ordinance 69, 2014, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into agreement with Lincoln County regarding Farmwood Drive maintenance and improvements and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President, Mr. Heffernan, I'd like to make a motion that we suspend the rules on ordinance 69, 2014.
Second.
A motion second to suspend the rules, roll call.
Heffley?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Poole? Yes. Rabel?
Yes.
Rules have been suspended. Mr. President, Mr. Heffernan, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt ordinance 69, 2014.
Second.
Motion second to adopt. Any comments or discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Mayor.
point of information, appreciate council's speed on this. Our Farmwood Drive paving project is scheduled to begin in early September. This agreement with the county helps to clarify vagaries that have existed in regards to who's responsible for what on Farmwood Drive. And this agreement, I believe, will go a long way to help clear those up in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments, discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heffley?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Poole? Yes. Rabel?
Yes.
Ordinance 69, 2014 has been adopted. You have a place I can sign? Okay. Go ahead. Let's get up there. Ordinance is on second reading. Ordinance 67, 2014.
Ordinance 67, 2014, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $7,735 within the capital improvement fund to street services, purchase an irrigation system for the State Route 79 medians.
Mr. President, Mr. Heffernan, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt ordinance 67, 2014.
Second.
The motion is second to adopt. Any comments or discussion? I have one comment. To keep my consistency, I would be voting no on this. I assume it's going to pass, but I'm going to vote no since I always vote no against the median. So whether it be for irrigation or what, so just to keep consistent, I'm voting against it. So just so everyone knows, I'm voting against it. So,
Mr. President,
yes, Mr. Heffernan.
I would just like to say that I really believe that this irrigation system is a benefit to our Parks Department employees, to keep them safe, where they don't have to be along there, they can be in there doing the job. So I wish you would have stayed more consistent on about it.
I'll second that.
Any other comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heffley?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Kelly,
No.
Mark,
Yes.
Cole. Yes. Brandon.
Yes.
Ordinance 67, 2014 has been adopted. Okay, that's all the ordinance on second reading. Resolutions on the first reading. Resolution 2014-4.
Resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
Resolution 2014-4 be held as second reading. Resolutions on second reading, there are none. Reports to city officials, Mayor Jones.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to you. Becky, I want to say thank you to you and the committee that works on organizing the dog paddle. This year was the 4th annual event, and by all accounts, it went just as well as the previous 3, which is very well. It seems from your report during committee that the event continues to grow in popularity of participants, i.e. the dogs. And I think that certainly the benefits to the animal shelter and its spay and neuter program, people throughout Licking County appreciate that mission being able to get accomplished. And so the city has been, is, and looks forward to continuing to work with the committee that organizes that event so that hopefully these past successes can continue to be built upon. Chief Mason, want to again extend my thank you and congratulations to the Heath Police Department in regards to their handling of the the Friday and Saturday evenings surrounding the Mopar Nationals event at the track. I think some of the steps that we took this year helped us to achieve a bit of a calming effect in the area in which we were making changes. That was beneficial, in my opinion, to see that. You've seen, council, you've seen various media accounts as far as what the future of that the Super Cruise may be in the city. I can say that preliminary discussions were taking place prior to this year's event, and there is a continuing discussion that is taking place to try to help get this event back on the rails, so to speak, and to make it an event where those from out of town who have these awesome vehicles are able to display them to a respectful and appreciative crowd of onlookers. I think that it's important for the city to try to do what it can to support the Mopar Nationals event being at the track, to try to be a community in which those folks who come here from all over the country are able to enjoy themselves and look forward to coming back. However, I do not see it as a need for the city of Heath and the citizens of Heath to endure 2 nights of anarchy. And so we are going to do what we can to try to help achieve the goals that I outlined, while at the same time easing some of the burden on our police department and the citizens of Heath as a whole. And that's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Auditor Alexander isn't here tonight, so we'll move on to Law Director Morrison.
No report, thank you.
Okay. We can start down with Mr. Hatcher.
Thank you, Mr. President. To echo the mayor, I would really like to see the city get back to what really it is supposed to be, and that's a cruiser. That those beautiful cars can be seen and respected by the people in Licking County. I don't believe that a lot of the burnouts and everything that are done by people, I would have to say, in Licking County. I just hope that we can work with the mayor, can work with the organizers of the thing and get it back to what it really is, and that's a cruising. So the people who come from all over the country can show their cars in safety. With that, Becca, I'll just say, the wife and daughter, definitely, we're gonna be back again next year. We had loads of fun, and if you've never been there, boy, take advantage of it. It's a lot of fun. Just to sit and watch the dog. Okay, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. Morrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Heffley, I do agree with you that I think that the city can host a great event. I think that people will work with us in a serious way. Bob Geller, thank you for the call and the down by Merritt Park, fixing it.
Oh, okay. We fixed it, but Johnny paid for it.
There you go. The Christmas present you bought, wasn't it? That was the Christmas present you bought.
It happens a lot anymore.
Once again, the water and sewer covered it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I too want to thank Becky Goodwin and all your volunteers for the dog kennel. It's pretty awesome. You guys put a long time into that amongst many other things. So,
Thank you.
Chief Mason, thanks to you and your officers, all the other departments, good job well done. And I'd just like to encourage people to support our fire department by supporting the fire levy and the renewal. That's all I have.
Mrs. Cole.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to welcome Nick and Becky here tonight. And I congratulate Becky and her crew on another successful year. I think that it was wonderful from the little bit that I saw. We were having a great time. And then I just wanted to say one other thing. We were making a little bit of light tonight of the signs being offered at the city of Heath for the day to shade out by adding Tim Kelly's name. Well, he was kind of glad to get into that house. I don't know what to do with it. I think, we need to recognize it was vandalism, and it's something that just was destruction of city property, and, it's a shame that someone went to those, efforts to do something to damage something that the city had been repair. So, anyway, that's all I have. Thank you, Mr. President.
I'd like to thank Becky for another successful year for the dog panel. I like that. I think it's impressive. I love puppies. And I thank Chief Mason for joining in with Heath to get rid of the K9 car. And our mayor for continuing to keep our city safe.
Thank you. Mr. Kramer.
Thank you, Mr. Consistency. Mr. President. You did a great job.
Thank you.
That's awesome. First time I've been to that event, and I've got a golden retriever that hates water, hates a leak. And I've got a year. John, how does yours do?
We didn't take.
No, we have the same litter. We have puppies. We got a year to get this trained, but I really want to get my golden retriever everywhere next year. Sure. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Lynn, anything tonight? We're gonna start down with Chief Mason tonight.
I'm not gonna say anything because the Browns are on at 8 o'clock.
Right. Chief Evans.
I have nothing, thank you.
John McGraw.
Well, I've actually got quite a bit.
Okay. Thank you very
With that, I'm done.
John Geller.
Nothing.
Mr. Christmas, John Geller. Kim Geller.
Nothing.
Bob Geller. The other thing I have, because they're going to kick off for a few minutes yet anyway, and you don't care about the opening play. On this, I just want to know, I'd like to know who did it, put my name on the sign. I'm just curious. It's kind of like when you go down the street, you see a vanity plate and you can't figure out what it says. When you finally figure out what it might say, you're like, why do people spend extra money to do that? It doesn't make any sense, you know? It's like, I'm trying to figure out who did it, why they did it, and everything. So I'm going to offer the amnesty out there that if anyone comes forward and tell me who did it, why did it, I don't go to print, anything. I'm just curious why they did it. And I kind of just want to make so that other people don't do it. Because in other words, Bob said one sign did get actually damaged because they double taped it and stuff. So we don't want people damaging signs, right? Someone might see that and do it as a joke for somebody else and damage more signs and everything. So we want to get the word out there that we don't want that to happen. But I'm just, for the life of me, I can't figure out why they did it, and everything. So I guess if they were trying to pull a trick on me or whatever, I lost the meaning was lost in translation. If somebody can explain it to me, I'd appreciate it. Because,
Mr. President,
yes.
if you'd have told us that you were gonna move, I'm sure that we'd all helped you.
You don't think it is here.
I don't have anything else. New business, there's none. Reading bids, none. Miscellaneous,
Mr.
none.
President, miscellaneous, I just want to make sure that the clerk of council did accurately report that Cletus Henry is pro-puppy.
Pro-puppy.
Yes.
Pro-puppy. Okay. This is pro-puppy. Okay. Any other miscellaneous? Okay. Seeing none. Adjournment.
I'll have a motion for adjournment.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, we are adjourned. Run the lights, get home so you can see the football game.